Who are you?
I'm Detective Mike Jardine.
Oh, yeah? What are you working on? What are you working on right now?
Several cases.
Okay.
What is this about?
Are you working on something right now?
Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
All right, what are you working on? What are you working on?
It doesn't matter what I'm working on. I'm asking you, what are you doing here taking pictures?
Where have you been today? Have you been here all day, or have you been out and about a little bit?
What is this about? Who are you?
I'm asking the questions. Where have you been today?
No,
have you been here?
I'm asking the questions. You're on this property. You're on this property, so you need to answer my questions.
Are you drunk? Why are you slurring your words today?
What's suspicious about 1:41 in the morning? It's 1:41 in the morning every day. You said a public park? There you go. You said a public park. Eating a burger is suspicious. Eating a burger is... My lights are on. My position lights are on. My headlights are off. I don't want to point headlights to the traffic. My position lights are on. You're ruining my dinner.
FBI Director James Comey blames citizens with cameras for increase in violent crime. And as I noted at that time in that 2015 video, this is one of those Jedi mind trick mental gymnastics that has to be read to be believed. But back in 2015, the AP was reporting police anxiety in the era of ever-present cell phone cameras and viral videos partly explains why violent crime has risen in several large U.S. cities this year, FBI Director James Comey said Friday. Huh? Eventually, the ultimate line of reasoning here, or unreasoning, is that, well, if people are filming the police doing their job and, oh, by the way, committing violent crime against people.
A cop pulls Chris Calbaugh over at a DUI checkpoint and he starts asking the officer questions about whether or not he'll be detained. He shrugged off, the cops forcing him to get out of the car and watch as they use a canine unit to justify probable cause to search the vehicle. Even though it's a DUI checkpoint, they never actually try to see if he's consumed alcohol or ask any questions about it at all. These crooked cops seem very interested in finding something else. Lo and behold, as soon as they realize that Chris has a camera in the car catching the entire thing on video, the officers let him go. Chris wasn't about to keep quiet about it either, so he uploaded the video and this cop became one of America's most disliked people within a few days.
Immediately following the incident, Officer Rosario was placed on leave while the Springfield Police Department conducted an internal investigation, and he was terminated from his position on May 9, 2017. He was also charged with official misconduct and 2 counts of battery in the Circuit Court of Sangamon County. And after a trial, a jury found him guilty of official misconduct and 1 count of battery for making, quote, physical contact of an insulting or provoking nature with Mr. Humes. However, the jury determined that he was not guilty of battery causing bodily harm. As a result of his conviction, former Officer Rosario was sentenced to 24 months probation and ordered to comply with mental health, substance abuse, and anger management treatment.
The dash cam video you're looking at is from the night of January 31st. In it, you can see St. Pete police officer Kenneth Pynick questioning DUI suspect Stephen Woodworth.
You're going to shut up and listen while I'm talking.
Now, watch and listen to what happens when the 45-year-old suspect won't comply with being questioned.
You know what?
Pynick throws down his clipboard, swears, then throws Woodworth onto the ground, cuffs him, and arrests him for DUI.
It's very clear that he took inappropriate actions. The officer had a definite lapse in judgment.
Suspicious of Pynick's words, the state attorney requested the official video and notified Pynick's superiors. Pynick's supervisors say he only turned over a portion of the dash cam that showed him transporting Woodworth to jail. That touched off an internal affairs investigation that ended with Pynick being fired for using excessive force.
It was unacceptable behavior.
Auditing is exactly what the name suggests. It's auditing government employees, public officials, law enforcement, to see if they're going to honor their oath and uphold the Constitution, the First Amendment to the Constitution. And oftentimes they don't. Sometimes they do. You know, the camera acts as a transparency marker, for these types of situations for the public to witness what these public officials are, how they're treating people, how they uphold the laws, if they uphold the laws at all. Oftentimes they just want to control the situation. They kind of want to uphold their ego, I guess you could say. They're supposed to be protecting and serving, then they shouldn't be enforcing their egos. They should be enforcing the laws. So we could go back to the Haymarket riots back in the 1880s, and that was the very first police brutality protest. And since then, we could go all the way to the 90s with the riots and Watts, the Rodney King. 1,000 Americans every year are dying because of police violence. So to me, that's something significant. I don't care if it's left or right. Those are people. Those are humans. That's some type of life. That's somebody's family member.